Oh, what is going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Today is December 11th. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Today, we're going to be talking about, as the title says, altcoin season coming soon. So, we're going to go ahead and start off with what my opinion is overall with the market. Yesterday we did go live and we actually had a massive dump overall with the whole entire market. A lot of liquidations. I think it was a little bit over 300 plus million longs got freaking liquidated in this market. What is going on, Dab Master? Hope you're having a good one today, bro. And it's freaking insane, right? And I want to go ahead and talk about what we should be doing moving forward, how we should be preparing ourselves, and what my strategy is in these next couple months, right? Because right now we have entered that space where I was talking about where we were overbought, and there was a lot of greed in the market. And as I mentioned, nothing could go on forever, right? And actually, this dump is actually a good sign in my opinion. I think there's probably going to be a bigger dump, but that could also mean that this would be an opportunity for a lot of us to go ahead and start loading up on a lot of these altcoins. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that today. Hopefully the background noise is not too bad. I do have my window open, so hopefully it's not too annoying for many of you. But we're going to go ahead and start talking about some sort of strategy, meme tokens that we're actually looking at. Dad Master and I were actually talking about how gaming launchpads are going to be a massive thing in the future, especially with this whole entire narrative of everybody being so excited about the metaverse, right? So if you are tuning into the live stream, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Go ahead and subscribe as well. And if you are brand new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Let me go ahead and close the window real quick. Hold on, give me 1 second. I guess that works. That's better. Okay, let's go ahead and probably still be able to hear the dog in the background. Posting my link right now, so give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and pull out my stream on my phone. Just give me 1 second. Awesome possum. Dwayne, how's it going, Dwayne? Hope you're having a good one today. Dwayne says, hey, John, sorry you got liquidated on Pepe 2, so are you done with it? So that's a great question, man. I'm glad he actually asked. So I'm done in the sense that, like, I have no more money. I literally, all my money went through. This is the reason why you should all go ahead and diversify. But all my money went into Pepe 2. And I understood the risk, and I knew the probabilities of probably losing all my money. So I did get fully liquidated. So I'm going to have to go ahead and wait till I get paid till next month in order for me to go ahead and start loading up on these altcoins. I think my strategy is going to be a little different moving forward. As I mentioned, one of my biggest concerns with yesterday's live stream that I talked about on Pepe 2 was looking at the liquidity that was being unlocked, right? This one's going to be unlocked in about 9 days. So 8% of the liquidity, I think it's in the trillions if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But let's go ahead and check if we could actually see how much of the liquidity is being locked right now at the moment. So what is that? Doesn't tell us right here. 9 days. This is 6.6% of the liquidity is being unlocked in 9 days, right? So my biggest concern with Pepe 2 is that how much of that is the 6%, right? It looks like it might be around 18 trillion tokens, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I'm understanding right here. Or I'm not sure if this is a total liquidity that's locked. So that's what I want to understand. Or if it's 20 trillion tokens that are being unlocked. But we're having about a certain amount. It doesn't give us a value right here, but it tells us right here that we're going to have some liquidity being unlocked on the 12th or the 20th of December. So that's in about 9 days. Ideally for me, I would like to go ahead and see what happens in those 9 days. Is Pepe 2.0 going to go ahead and continue to dump? And then obviously, I'm not saying that I'm going to be completely done with Pepe 2. I'm definitely going to go ahead and have a small little bag on this. I think the good thing right here, this is actually a good buying opportunity for many of us. So if I do go ahead and get into Pepe 2, I'm probably going to go ahead and stay away from leverage for right now. And I think that's overall with the whole entire market, right? If I do go ahead and go back into getting into leverage, I think the most I'm willing to go ahead and go and load up on leverage will be anywhere between 3 to 5x. But honestly, I think spot right now is going to be the move until we start seeing that fear and greed kind of a decline, right? So let's go ahead and refresh what we're seeing right now in the market. So we are still at the 74 on greed. We will be updating in about 3 hours, so do expect the live stream later on for me today. But overall, I would like to go ahead and see how Pepe 2.0 reacts with this 6% of liquidity being unlocked, right? I don't know how much that 6% is. Maybe it's a million, maybe it's 300,000, maybe it's only $200, maybe it's only $2,000, right? I don't know. In my opinion, I did say that we were entering this very, very bearish territory on Pepe 2.0. So it doesn't mean I'm going to be completely done with it. It just means I'm still going to go ahead and cover it, right? I'm just not going to go ahead and be too overly invested as I was, because I was pretty much all in on Pepe 2. And if I continue to talk on a topic that might not be, suitable anymore, and then my channel is definitely not going to go ahead and grow, right? So, but I don't think Pepe 2.0 is completely dead. I just think it's going to take longer to consolidate. We talked about, us approaching these levels. We got liquidated all the way down to 2547, and then the market quickly pumped back up. So it's just giving us signs this is literally all manipulated. It dumped 40% and then it pumped 50%. Like, you can't make any of this thing up, right? Even if you go ahead and measure it from this top right here, from this bottom, it literally dumped over 45%, and then as soon as it dumped 45%, it pumped all the way up 58%. So it just tells you how volatile right now Pepe 2.0 is. If anything, I think this is a buying opportunity for a lot of these altcoins and a lot of these meme tokens moving forward. Is Pepe 2.0 completely dead? I don't think so. As I mentioned, one of my biggest concerns is just that liquidity being unlocked. As soon as that liquidity gets unlocked, then we could go ahead and talk about what we could be expecting moving forward. But if we do continue to have this sort of altcoin meme coin season, I wouldn't mind having a small little bag on Pepe 2. So I don't think it's completely dead. The biggest thing that we need to go ahead and focus on is if the narrative of the frogs are still there, right? Currently right now with Pepe, we have seen an increase, and we're currently at 577 million. So if you are a strong believer of Pepe, the original Pepe, then it doesn't hurt you having a small little bag on Pepe 2, right? Pepe 2 is a little bit more of the degen play. Pepe looks like it's still going to continue to be here. I mean, it went from 300 million market cap all the way up to, it looks as high as a little bit over 600 to 700 million. So it went up, about almost double to triple. So that's a 2 to 3x on Pepe. So if I would have been, trading Pepe, I would have made a nice little bag. But Pepe 2.0 just didn't have the volume that it needed, and the manipulation was a lot higher with Pepe 2. And that's kind of the problem when you get into these tokens, is that when they're very low cap and dumps happen and manipulation happens, a lot of people get discouraged and just go on to like whatever's hot trending, right? Right now we have Grok that was once hot trending, and now everybody's putting all their attention into Solana inspired tokens. So that's kind of my only kind of red flag, but I would say that we should go ahead and just be well diversified moving forward. And I will be focusing a little bit more on Solana meme tokens. I think that's where the money's going to be really at. I think as soon as like Ethereum starts to pump and then we start the problem with gas fees, I think there's going to be a massive shift into Solana, and that's the reason why I believe the Solana ecosystem is going to be a lot bigger than a lot of people imagine. So I think moving forward, I'm going to look into Solana tokens and try to play a little bit more with Solana, whether it's NFTs, whether it's anything related to the metaverse. I think that with this whole entire hype with Solana, I think we should be loading up on whether it's NFTs, metaverse land, meme tokens on Solana, actually some Solana, and I think that's going to be one of our best plays moving forward with this bull run. And I know a lot of you too, with Tillery was telling me about AVAX. Apparently AVAX is also a hot thing. So I want to go ahead and diversify my knowledge a little bit. Before last bull run, I was focusing mostly on Ethereum. As soon as Ethereum gas fees went through the roof, I moved into Binance. And then I've been having a lot of trouble in Binance this season so far. I know a lot of you have been doing pretty well. But now I'm looking to go ahead and diversify my knowledge a little bit, right? I want to go ahead and kind of learn a little bit more about this space, because Ethereum's cool, dude, but eventually we're going to go ahead and get to the point where gas fees are so freaking expensive that many people are not going to be able to afford the gas fees, right? And when it comes to crypto, one of the biggest things is adoption, right? The more people that could get into it, whether you have money or you don't have money, the more people are willing to go ahead and use that protocol, right? And Ethereum has a entry level barrier to many people in different countries that $100 of gas fees is pretty expensive, right? Like if you're not trading with over $1,000 plus on MetaMask with Ethereum tokens, you're going to get wrecked, right? Not only with the MEV bots, but you're also going to get wrecked through the tax fees and then the freaking the gas fees, right? So I already saw a surplus of the gas fees, back in November when everything was going up through the roof. We were talking about gas fees being 40 $40 to $50 to transact, right? Imagine buying a token for $40 and then selling a token for another $40. And if you're trading with like $200, like that's eating up literally almost your whole entire bag, right? So that's why I believe Solana is going to be definitely one of the bigger players. But also, a lot of these tokens, what I do like is that they are actually a lot of the tokens that we do talk about here, whether it's Wojak, whether it's Wall Street memes, whether it's any of these tokens right here, Bonk. The good thing about it is that you could actually trade them on MEXC with spot too. So if you don't want to go ahead and get risky where you get, you leverage yourself and you lose all your money like I do, you can also go ahead and do spot, which means you whether the token dumps 50-80%, you still own the token, right? And I think that's one of the best ways, in my opinion, to go ahead and buy a lot of these meme tokens, as opposed to doing it on MetaMask, because MetaMask is very, very high on fees. MEXC has one of the lowest fees in the space, but not only that, it's easier for you to understand where you could go ahead and put your stop loss or your buy-in order on MEXC, as opposed to when you're on the DEX, whether it's Uniswap, you have to pay very high on fees, you get wrecked by the MEV bots, plus you also have a higher probability of not even getting your order filled in, so you're just spending money on gas. And that's why you kind of want to prepare yourself and start loading up on a lot of these tokens, whether they're on the Ethereum or whether there's some other blockchain. And MEXC does offer some of these tokens that are in different blockchains without you having to interswap multiple wallets. It's a little bit more convenient, but as I mentioned, for me, it's more of the fees. How's it going, everyone? Billy, how's it going, bro? Dabmaster, how's it going, man? Bernie, Beer, and Steve Index, freaking ETH buyers, bro. How's it going, Bernie? Long time no see, Brody. Dabmaster J, GM fam, only MetaMask, not listed on any exchanges. Backed by Cetify, under 2 million market cap. I think this is a dream coin, not financial advice. Yeah, Dabmaster has been talking about GM fam. It looks like it actually hit 1.11 million market cap. I did mention about this massive cup and handle pattern actually forming. I can't remember exactly what this token does, but what I could go ahead and tell you is that this token right here is backed by Cetify, supported by Cetify, the top tier launchpad. So Cetify is a launchpad when it comes to a lot of these tokens, and for that reason, I'm pretty bullish on this token. It looks like a lot of these venture capitals are now willing to go ahead and place their bets on meme tokens because they understand that meme tokens are where the money's at, right? And a lot of these investors don't care. They're here to go ahead and make money. So whatever makes them money and their investors are willing to go ahead and pump, right? And Cetify is actually pretty massive. They backed a lot of big projects that we know of right now. I can't remember any on top of my head. I just know that Cetify is really, really big. And GM fam, it seems to be like some sort of meme token that they're backing, and we saw that with Pepe 2.0 and Pepe, that a lot of these venture capitals were really, really interested into a lot of these meme tokens because they understand that that's where the value is at, right? Because these venture capitals only care about making money for themselves and for the clients, right? So whatever they have to go ahead and pump, they're going to pump. And as I mentioned, instead of overcomplicating, what's going to be the next 1,000, 20, 100 million X, just focus on the tokens that are being pumped by venture capitals. I mean, we're seeing massive buying orders right here, over $7,000 like back to back. Obviously, this is some sort of bot right here, over 6,000, but definitely a lot of big money being moved. Like, who the heck buys over $10,000 and $7,000 worth of a freaking meme token and flips it back and forth? I think that's kind of crazy. Especially if you're using this on the DEX, but no exchange has been listed yet. And I think as soon as the exchanges do get listed, I definitely do think this is going to bring a lot more awareness to a lot of these projects. How's it going? Altcoins are going down. At which price should I buy? Gary, please do a chat analysis. If you could go ahead and put the smart contract for Gary, that'd be good, bro. Blue says 22 million in ETH, Tinex buy and burn, 5 million market cap. We're going to go ahead and check that out. Please do chart analysis on Gary Solana base token live streaming projects. If you could go ahead and post a smart contract, bro. Please go ahead and post a smart contract. That'd be very, very helpful for me. Saeed, how's it going, my guy? Just got in. Sheesh, I missed the first 9 minutes. No worries, bro. It was really, the first 9 minutes wasn't too crazy of information, right? So you're getting in right at the perfect time. How's it going, Happy? Thank you. ETH will always be king of smart contracts, first mover. I agree 100%. I think ETH is definitely going to be the one that's always going to pump no matter what. Whether that's NFTs or whether that's a lot of these meme tokens. The only thing is that what I'm trying to say is that eventually when this bull run really, really takes off, transacting on Ethereum tokens is going to be very, very expensive, right? And you only have two options. You either go ahead and start trading on a lot of these exchanges through spot or futures, or the second option would be just getting bigger backs, right? Just making more money. That's really the only thing. All I could really tell you is that for me personally, when it comes, even when you're transacting with a lot of these ETH projects with a couple $1,000s, the MEV bots are what's going to wreck you the most, right? When the bots are in the market, they're going to get you wrecked on your position. And that's the only reason why I've been a little bit, I don't want to say I'm bearish on DeFi. I love DeFi. DeFi has always been my thing. But then I'm realizing that last bull run, dude, we were getting literally like, we're literally getting taken advantage of, man. Do you remember when a lot of these projects had a buy and sell tax of like 12%? Like, not only do they have like a buy and sell tax of even sometimes 6 to 12 or even 11% buy and sell, you're talking about they're taxing us anywhere between 20 to 30%. Plus you have the problem of getting MEV attacks, plus you also have gas fees, right? So when you put that into consideration, last bull run we were getting freaking nailed in the back end with no problem, right? We were paying crazy fees. We were probably almost breaking even in a lot of these projects and actually making money. And that's kind of the reason why I'm remembering. It's like, okay, right now we do have the whole entire narrative of the zero buy and sell tax, but even then, even with crazy gas fees, I do think it's going to eat up into a lot of profits, in my opinion. And the biggest concern for me is the MEV bot. So unless you're trading with a Telegram bot or something, you have some sort of solution that you could actually go ahead and buy in and not get attacked with these MEV bots on the DeFi space, then you're good to go, right? But a lot of these tokens, a lot of people are going to get hammered by these MEV bots, and we're seeing it right now. Literally, like, look at this guy right here. He did about $1,100. He ended up purchasing about $1,100, and then he had a freaking bot do a sandwich attack with $2,000. So imagine how much this guy right here got freaking wrecked, not only on gas fees but also on the total value of the token that he was trying to buy. Or even this person right here that ended up buying about $7,000 of the token, and then you had another sandwich attack between $6,000 and $2,000. So that's kind of the problem they have with DeFi, in my opinion, right? It's like, if you don't have the right tools, you're going to go ahead and get wrecked in the long run, in my opinion, especially if you don't remember exactly what your entry buy was, right? Which realistically, a lot of people don't know what their entry is. And that's kind of the problem also when it comes to a lot of things on DeFi. Now you could do a little bit, different things where you could connect your wallet, kind of keep track of your position. But for me personally, I hate connecting to a lot of these websites, whether it's Dex Tools or any of these websites. It's a easier process or easier chance for you to get actually exploited if anything goes on with the website or anybody sends you a malicious link. It's a lot easier for you to go ahead and get exploited when you start clicking on a lot of websites that you have to connect your wallet manually. So that's kind of the reason why I also kind of turned into, trading mostly on MEXC, even though I've been having issues with them too. But you don't have the issues of, at least I don't think so. I haven't yet, knock on wood, but have any issues on like having a malicious link on your account, right? And that really does messes you up when you're trading, especially in the DeFi space. It's just being very careful with what you click on. And that's kind of the reason why I always suggest, a VPN as well, which partnership is actually happened. We're partnering with, I think it's that's NordVPN, I believe, and we're working out some deals for a lot of you. I know a lot of you always ask me like, hey John, what kind of VPN do you use? What's the purpose of a VPN? VPNs help you out a lot, whether it's not only for your location, which a lot of people use like to watch shows or stuff like that, but it's really more so you won't go ahead and get any malicious attacks onto your software. Your computer is pretty much software, so your software or anything with emails, because when the bull run begins, a lot of hacks are going to happen. Trust me, a lot of freaking hacks are going to happen. And especially when everything's freaking pumping, you're just going to go ahead and try to look for the next alpha, not even like ask any questions when people ask you, hey, click on this link, this is where the chart it's at, and you click on the link, looks like a regular link, and then next thing you know, you have a freaking Trojan attacked on the back end of your computer that you don't even know. And then when you're sending out money, it's sending it out to this scammer. You know what I mean? So like, it's happened to me. It happened to me last bull run. I lost a couple $1,000s like that. I also lost my wallet. My computer got freaking wrecked. Like, you just have to be very, very careful, especially as soon as the bull run begins. So you do need to go ahead and have very, very tight security when it comes to whether it's using VPNs or having a pretty good proper security measurements when this bull run begins, and kind of diversify on where your money's spread, right? Because I feel like with a lot of the MetaMask wallets, a lot easier to go ahead and get hacked, in my opinion. A lot easier as compared to these exchanges. Some of these exchanges could go ahead and, like, you know, lock up their systems, or it's a lot easier for them to see something suspicious going on. But with MetaMask or Trust Wallet, you're freaking screwed. you're screwed if you clicked on the wrong link, or if you're using a ledger and you're connecting directly to the website, you're screwed. Your money's gone, right? I don't know what the rant was all about, by the way. How's it going, Sol? Vasilio, how's it going, my guy? Hey, John, I'm bullish on Grok. We're going to go ahead and talk about Grok right now in a little bit. Gari, smart contract. Awesome. I just got the smart contract. I'm going to go ahead and check out Gari right now. Go ahead and smash that like button for me, everybody that's tuning in. Saeed says Pepe 2 will moon in the beginning of 2024. I believe so as well. Ree says Kraken adventure backed. Yes. Sam, crazy Dinger's coin. Go ahead and show us Dinger's coin, bro. Please go ahead and provide the smart contract for me down below. Ree says total downloads on Gari token crossed $110 million in India. Okay, I think I do remember this token. This is something with social media, right? It's riding on Solana, and I think it's listed on a few exchanges, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, it's listed on a few exchanges. It's listed actually on crypto.com is what it looks like. KuCoin, Kraken, MEXC, La Token. It's actually listed on a lot of these exchanges. So it's actually a pretty good sign. I don't know how I feel really so much about what the platform has to offer. As I mentioned, I think one of the biggest problems a lot of these social media companies have is being able to keep people entertained. I mean, we see that with Facebook, like how many people actually use Facebook. I'm sure there's a huge amount of people using Facebook. But when it comes to a lot of these platforms, for me, there's also this one platform I was in years ago, back in 2017, where it was called Steemit, I believe. And it was in regards to a social media platform similar to Twitter, where people could go ahead and support your content and give you, you know, their token in exchange for the most blogs or videos you post. And that token's like almost non-existent now, like literally. Like, let me go ahead and look for it. I think it's this one right here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if it's actually this token. I mean, even, let's see, steam.com, is this it? Yeah, this is it. I used to be in this token. I used to use this platform back in 2017. Back in 2017, the website actually changed a lot. You know, everything changed a lot. But, you know, this Steam was actually it was actually a top token back in 2017. It was like probably like top 20 or 30, if I'm not mistaken. And it was supposed, you know, there was so much hype about Steam, you know, at the time. You know, it's supposed to be like the next, like, close to Facebook type of deal and all that kind of stuff back in 2017. And we see these pumps, you know. It went all the way as high as $4. It went as high as back in 2000, around 17, 18, where I'm telling you, $6. And then last bull run, it went all the way down. It went from $6, dumped all the way down to about 17 cents, let's say, and then it pumped back up to $1. So I mean, there's a correlation with a lot of these tokens. I mean, it's listed on Binance. You see a few exchanges right here. MEXC looks like it is listed on MEXC. What else? And this token is no longer a top 20. I mean, right now it's at 298. So, you know, a token that was supposed to be revolutionary and big and was so hyped about back in 2017 with this whole entire social media, like, pretty much play to earn kind of mechanism, if you want to call it. It's look where it's at today, right? So this is kind of the reason why, for me personally, I don't like to get too hyped up when it comes to a lot of these social media platforms running on blockchain. I know it sounds cool when people are thinking like, oh, the next Twitter, but like, keep in mind, you know, Twitter itself has problems bringing in new users. Same thing with Instagram. I don't even use Instagram, right? Same thing with Snapchat. These companies literally have issues bringing in users, and typically there's a different demographic where it comes to these users. For example, Snapchat you know, years ago. I'm not sure about now because I don't use this platform anymore. But when I was really into the social media scene, I was doing research, and I found out that Snapchat was more for like the younger audience, right? So if you wanted to go ahead and advertise to your younger audience, Snapchat was the way, right? And you had to make sure you advertise in like a couple seconds. So that's why then we had Snapchat, well, that was actually a company. I was actually heavily invested in Snapchat back in 2017, and you know, they had the issues of going almost bankrupt as well, right? And the issues was that the platform wasn't bringing in any money. So think about it. If platforms such as Snapchat, Instagram, which are now owned by many big companies such as Facebook, Meta owns, you know, Instagram. I don't know who owns Snapchat. Maybe they own Snapchat too. I don't know. But Facebook owns multiple companies in the social media space, right? So when it comes to a lot of these platforms, one of the biggest things that they have a difficulty with, as I mentioned, is retention. So this is the reason why I always say be very careful to get super hyped up about these projects, because these big companies themselves have issues. This is the reason why you even see YouTube including shorts. That's why you see, you know, Instagram including shorts, you know what I mean? Or snaps. Like they always switch and copy, right? Because it's really difficult for them to keep up that retention. So if these billion-dollar companies are having issues, you know, retaining people's attention and getting new customers, because there's actually a certain demographic after they fall off, what makes you think a lot of these blockchain inspired, you know, social media platforms are going to do the same, right? Not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's something we have to always go ahead and be aware of on the back end, and that's kind of the reason why with Gari, it's that's why I'm not too hyped about it. It's like I'm sure it's going to go up. The reason why I said I'm bullish on this is due to the fact that it is running on Solana. I think, you know, that's like having a hedge with Solana. So that's a really good way. We do see they are listed on top exchanges. We do see that they're listed on crypto.com. And, you know, just knowing that they're listed on top exchanges, listed on crypto.com, and it's a Solana token, I think that's literally all the information you know. More than that, I think, in my opinion, it's just really not even really worth spending your time on, you know. Powered by live streaming, audio chat, social commerce, social ed tech, like I don't know, I guess it's supposed to be like a TikTok. I don't know. This is over 100 million plus downloads, over, you know, 677,000 reviews is what they say. So you could go ahead and earn money from live streaming, audio chat, and text chat. I'm not saying it's not doable. I'm just saying that sometimes it's just not worth like over complicating it ourselves, right? Maybe this is the next Facebook. I don't know. But with that being said, I think that's really all we need to go ahead and know about Gari. I could go ahead and do some TA. I know that's what a lot of you want me to do. Let me go ahead and do some TA on Gari. Gari token. Let's see. We're going to do some TA on Gari. And go ahead and continue to show me more tokens down below. And we're going to go ahead and see where things go. So right now, the good thing is that we do see some level of resistance on Gari token. Let me go ahead and draw that out for you real quick. Alrighty, awesome. So let me go ahead and post the smart contract down below as well. We're going to go ahead and talk about, let's see, total downloads of Gari. I had a Steemit account. I forgot about it. Yeah, dude, I had a Steemit account too, and I can't seem to log into it. A-Stain, GM fam to the moon in first quarter of 2024. They have big announcements. Nice. What are the big announcements, man? GM fam, hit the like button. Yeah, go ahead and do me a huge favor by smashing the like button. For me, it's completely free. Over 9 of you watching, over 10 of you watching, and only likes. Go ahead and do me a huge favor by smashing the like button. For me, it's completely free. Doesn't cost you anything. So let's go ahead and do some quick TA on Gari token. Right now, looking at the technical aspects, we do see that we have reached an area of resistance. We have actually got rejected around this zone right here. We could actually go ahead and zoom out, and we do see that we are getting actually ready for some sort of breakout to an upside. So right now, what my focus would be moving forward is seeing some sort of area support, right? Is the area support going to be at the 41672, or is it going to go ahead and come back down and touch 0.025, right? That's going to be about, I think, a 50% dump if it does go ahead and lose the support. About 35% dump, which I think ideally a lot of these meme tokens or altcoins should go ahead and have a 30% dump. In my opinion, I think that'd be really healthy for the market. That would definitely go ahead and get a lot of new investors and traders interested into the market. So don't be surprised if we do see with a lot of these tokens go ahead and retrace and then pump back up, which we could be seeing moving forward as well. My whole entire thing right now is where the market's going to be heading towards. We do see this is a pretty strong area of support right now so far. If we do lose it, you could be expecting GARI to come down to 0.025, which would be around a 30% dump. Looks like right now we're actually down about 13% for the day. So overall as well too, you also need to go ahead and keep in mind that we are having the FOMC meeting coming in on Wednesday. I do believe that the market's going to go ahead and panic. So we could be expecting this whole entire month of December, in my opinion, being somewhat kind of red, and then leading into the new year. That's when the market's going to begin to pump again. So just be in the sideline right now. In my opinion, I think this might be a good time to go ahead and buy the dip. Obviously not financial advice, but I do expect more red in the market, and I would ideally like to see more red in the market, right? We have been in these greedy territories for the last literally 2 to 3 months now, entering actually 3 months. We started around this zone around October since we actually started pumping. So realistically, we've been pumping for about 3 months, right? So we've been pumping for about 3 months, and it looks like we might be in a cycle where we pump for about 3 months, take a little breather, and then pump back up, right? And I do think that if December does go ahead and come down to red, we could be expecting the quarter one, which is the first 4 months of the year. It's going to be really, really bullish in my opinion. So overall, don't panic too much. I think we could be expecting a lot of dumps with a lot of these tokens moving forward, but I also do believe a lot of tokens will be breaking out to the upside. So just be very, very careful. As I mentioned, I would like to go ahead and see on the fear and greed index come back down to fear, and that's when we want to go ahead and start loading up on a lot of these tokens. So do expect more volatility in the market. One of the biggest things, in my opinion, is that we should be focusing on, and this is how we're going to be able to understand where the market's going, is keeping our eyes on the DXY, right? Where is the DXY going to be heading towards? Looking at the daily right now, we do see that we have hit this area of resistance at the 104.302, and right now we're going to go ahead and see where the DXY decides to go, right? Is the DXY going to go ahead and decide to break back up to the 105 and above? Or are we going to go ahead and get rejected at the 104 and then fall back down below, right? If we do go ahead and get rejected right here at the 104.331, we are more than likely going to go ahead and get rejected coming back all the way down to 101, which would definitely go ahead and bring in some more bullish sentiment into the market. In my opinion, I don't think that's going to happen. I have two scenarios why, right? One of the scenarios is that we are seeing, if we were to go ahead and get rejected on the DXY, we would have gotten rejected today, right? So far, obviously, the day hasn't ended, but I do believe that the DXY is going to go ahead and pass through this 104, and we could be approaching the 105, right? So I do expect more bleeding in the market. I don't think that's enough. I think a lot of people have taken advantage of the dip, and this is the reason why it's not as bad as it looked like yesterday. A lot of these tokens actually dumped 30 to 40%. I think the tokens that are taking more of a bigger hit are the meme tokens. As I mentioned, typically when we have Bitcoin take a hit, it follows through altcoins, and then from altcoins it follows through meme tokens, and the ones that get hit the most are meme tokens, right? If you actually go ahead and scroll all the way down here, most of these tokens are down by a lot. Surprisingly, Baby Grok's up 36, but we do see some tokens like Wojak down 23%. Is actually a pretty nice big hit. Dog down 28%. Bong's not that bad. Pepe 2.0 actually did dip 40% yesterday, and it did get bought out right away. And then Grok 2.0 at 14. Grok 2.0 has been doing pretty terrible, and so has Grok. And this is usually what we see in the market, right? We usually see it follow through Bitcoin, then from altcoins, and then from altcoins, meme tokens are the ones that get hammered the most, right? I do believe that moving forward, we should be having an approach of being a little bit more risk on, and our focus should go ahead and be more of Solana tokens moving forward. Maybe keep our eyes out on Binance as well. But I think right now, moving forward, we should be focusing a little bit more on the Solana tokens and being a little bit more risky. If we're feeling a little bit more degenerate on any meme tokens, I think we should be focusing on the Solana ecosystem, right? Not financial advice. That is just solely my opinion. But I do believe that we could be seeing, because we are seeing this kind of support that has been found right here in the DXY, we are more than likely going to be approaching the 105. So don't be surprised if you start feeling a lot of fear in this market. As I mentioned, we have the FOMC meeting, which we will be watching live together on Wednesday. We also do have the DXY climbing back up. We have found the area of support. We are now getting ready to break the area of resistance, meaning we are more than likely going to go ahead and see more red in the market, right? Doesn't mean it has to happen, because technically Sometimes Bitcoin doesn't follow the DXY, but based on what I'm thinking overall in the market, I do believe we could be expecting a lot of bad news on the month of November, and then leading towards the new year. I do think that the Fed's going to go ahead and cut down rates and start pumping more easy money into the market, and that's the reason why I believe, in my opinion, that the market is going to be going berserk. So if you lost money these last couple of days or couple of weeks like I did, don't panic. Relax. There's going to be plenty of more bull runs these next couple, I would just say year and a half. I think 2 years we could probably go ahead and see some bullish momentum. The kind of the problem that we're stumbling into right now is that the Fed's going to go ahead and have to cut rates, right? They kind of have no other option but to go ahead and cut rates in the beginning of the year to go ahead and have this whole entire market be sustainable still. And then eventually we're going to go ahead and see where their goal leads to. But we are seeing that the stock market might go ahead and take a hit following with the uptrend of a DXY. But I do think right here the DXY could go ahead and get rejected at the 105, and then getting rejected right here would go ahead and be super bullish for crypto overall. So as long as you continue to keep your eyes out on the DXY, this is the way we're going to go ahead and have a higher hedge or edge compared to other people, right? Because not everybody's looking and paying attention exactly to what we're looking at. I mean, we do see the DXY with a W pattern being formed right here on the DXY with an ugly looking, cup and handle pattern. So I could go ahead and say more than likely we could go ahead and see the DXY break up above and start approaching these levels at the 120. So do expect these markets to be very volatile. Do expect a lot of pumps, short-term pumps, and then we're going to be followed with short-term dumps as well. So don't go ahead and panic too much. Don't go ahead and get easily manipulated by a lot of these people. This is the reason why I mentioned the last couple of days, as soon as a lot of the big influencers start talking about these tokens, be very careful. I told a lot of you, Bonk was the play back in November. You and I were buying Bonk, right? I forgot who it was that told us about Bonk. I'm not sure if it was Glenn. I'm not sure if it was I can't remember. I don't know who it was. It was one of you. One of you showed us Bonk, and we were making money on Bonk since November, right? Literally last couple days ago, we started seeing a lot of these big influencers with 500,000 subscribers, and even some of them probably with 1 million or huge following, talking about Bonk, right? And I mentioned to a lot of people, be very careful. We could be reaching some sort of top when it comes to a lot of these tokens, and that's usually when you get wrecked, right? When you start hearing a lot of the big influencers and you see the token trending, that's usually by the time that the token's going to go ahead and dump, right? So overall, our goal as a community should be you shilling tokens every time you come into this live stream. Go ahead and shill tokens. Comment the smart contract down below. We need to go ahead and help each other out by looking for alpha early on. The earlier we look for alpha and we're able to get in, not only do we get a better buying opportunity, but we also get to go ahead and analyze together as a team, right? If we could go ahead and analyze the tokens together as a team, I give you my feedback on the good and the bad. Not only do you go ahead and see what my perspective is, but you understand also the perspective of trends that we're looking at together, right? The more we do that together as a team, the easier it is for you and I to go ahead and look for this alpha. So that by the time the big influencers are pumping and talking about these hot topics on these tokens, you and I are selling to their community, as bad as it sounds. We're selling to their community and we're exiting our position. So when we're having the big content creators, that's when you and I want to be selling our positions, cashing out, and then they're going to go ahead and wreck their whole entire followers, because usually that's when we know the trend has taken off and there might be an end to the trend, right? So that's really the way you make money in this space, is by looking for for trends early on, looking for the next hot topic on the token, but also willing to take that risk early on before it takes off. And with that being said, I think we definitely should be keeping our eyes out on GM Fam. I'm going to make a video on this. I think this is really strong alpha. Shout out to Dab Master and a lot of you, shilling us a lot of these tokens, whether it's Chirp, GM Fam. I remember Tillery was shilling us, what was it, Dog, when it was under 1 million. I didn't buy, fortunately, I didn't buy any of these tokens, but a lot of alpha has been given on this live stream, right? And I do want to mention that I'm not endorsed with any of these tokens. These are super high risk, high reward, and you should only go ahead and enter any of the tokens with not only money you're willing to lose, but only invest in what you feel comfortable with, right? I'm that way. Like if I don't believe in a token, or I just don't like the token, most of the time I'm not going to go ahead and buy in. I only like to go ahead and buy in what I believe in and what I feel comfortable with. And with that being said, I'm not going to go ahead and push any of you to go ahead and hold on to tokens that you don't believe, right? And I'm not here to convince you either. So definitely go ahead and show those more tokens down below. Billy says, let's freaking go. Reese says, how much $1,000 should I invest in Gari for a moon bag? I mean, Gari, I'm not a financial advisor, bro, so I can't tell you how much thousands of dollars you could go ahead and invest in. It depends on how big your bag is, right? If you have a couple $1,000s, then I would just go ahead and throw in a couple $1,000s on Gari. I think one of the biggest narratives is that it's running on Solana and it's listed on crypto.com, right? So I think the fact that it's listed on crypto.com, we talked about, you know, how a lot of these exchanges usually pump their own bags, and, you know, tokens like, I mean, exchanges like crypto.com, they usually don't associate themselves with any kind of random token, right? They usually only associate themselves with tokens they know they're going to go ahead and bring in a lot more money into the ecosystem, or money or tokens that they're heavily invested in themselves. And I believe most of these exchanges are invested into a lot of these tokens. That's why they list them, right? So they could go and take advantage of the fees, and then take advantage of more people coming onto their platform, and then their investment going their way that they want, right? So with that being said, because Gari is a Solana blockchain token, I would just go ahead and say throw in a couple $1,000s if you could do that, right? I wouldn't say go all in. I don't like that mentality. I think you should always go ahead and be well diversified, especially in the space where, you know, when you go all in and you get either liquidated or your token's not pumping, you're going to go ahead and miss out on a lot of money, right? But the good thing is right now is that we do go ahead and continue to have a dump. We will go ahead and take advantage of this market to go ahead and buy up a lot of dips. I mean, Gari overall is down over 96%. It looks like back on its all-time high was at 80 cents. So I would go ahead and keep, for me personally, depending, let's just say I had $10,000, I would throw in, you know, $1,000 in this if I really felt really comfortable, anywhere between $500 to $1,000. Or if you want to spread it, I would throw in, you know, $500 into, you know, a token like Gari, throw another $500 into let's say Bonk, and then just spread your money when it comes to a lot of the Solana tokens, because there's a lot of Solana tokens that are going out there that you could even risk, you know, $300 and you're going to go ahead and make a lot of money. Like for example, JTO, I know this was another token that was airdropped, I believe, not that long ago, and check out this market cap, 346 million. So this is definitely telling us that a lot of people are transacting with Solana tokens. So we could go ahead and jump into the next freaking token that's going to be on the Solana ecosystem that's going to be hyped up. We're better off focusing on tokens like Solana. So if you could go ahead and find any alpha, I think diversifying and spreading your money on Solana tokens is the freaking move. I mean, look at this, 170 million market cap. Pepe 2.0 is not even at this. 342,000 holders. Like, I don't know how valid any of this information is. Like, are any of these holders bots? Are they actually real people? I don't know, but whatever they're doing, this is freaking insane. 178 million market cap. Like, it just tells you how much money is inflowing into a lot of these Solana tokens. And also the thing is that I'm realizing that a lot of these tokens don't have a crazy supply, right? They're not in the trillions like a lot of the Ethereum tokens. Look at this. I mean, this supply has 245. So realistically, a token like Radium could go ahead and hit $1. Realistically, right? So while you're being sold on the dream that, you know, Shiba or any of these other tokens are going to hit $1 to $10 one day, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon, you actually have a lot of these tokens that will actually hit, you know, anywhere between $1 to $5 or even $10. But your goal would be, you know, focusing on what the supply is and the kind of utility this token brings, like Radium, an avenue for the evolution of DeFi, light speed swaps, next level liquidity, frictionless yield. Cool. Let's look at what they do. See, I could go ahead and tell you this thing's going to be bullish already, due to the fact that it has something to do with DeFi, right? When you get into these tokens, and I'm actually going to be making a video this week. I'm going to be talking about what's really freaking bullish about a lot of these tokens that are running on the DeFi kind of space. You can make so much freaking money as soon as the bull run begins. Tokens such as Uniswap, what is it, Pancake Swap, Cake, What's another token? Ape Swap, Sushi Swap, 1 inch. What other token? Unibot. All those tokens and tools that are on the DeFi space are going to go up by freaking a lot. So another focus, this is some alpha right now for all of you watching right now at the moment. This alpha right here is focus on any token that is related to DeFi, whether it's an AI tool, whether it's a charting software like, let's say, Dex Tools or Dex View. You can actually buy their tokens, right? Pink Cell, GameFi, any of those tokens that are either launchpads or are tokens that have some sort of utility, whether it's an exchange or it's a yield farming tool or it's a pool liquidity provider, those tokens or a swap, those tokens are going to go up by a lot when the crypto run really starts, right? This is a little pump. This is just to go ahead and get people hyped up and show them that we are entering this space, right? A lot of people just got wrecked. Now we're going to go ahead and go on to this other cycle again when the market begins to pump, right? So if we could go ahead and start getting ourselves ready for a lot of these tokens before they take off, especially when people start being more into the DeFi space, these tokens, such as like the ones that I mentioned, are going to pump by a lot because a lot of people are going to be more into DeFi when they go ahead and start feeling a little bit more bullish in a market. I mean, look at these freaking pools. Solana USDC, APR of 265. It's freaking insane. I might have to go ahead and start providing liquidity again. Dadmaster says GM fam announcement will announce utility. Not sure what though. I love buying coins before they are listed anywhere. Yeah, I think that's the best play. Let's go ahead and take a look at AnyPad right now. High risk. How's it going, Tillery? Hope you're having a good one today. Dadmaster says Solana is a new shiny object. When ETH becomes a shiny object, ETH will outplace Solana, in my opinion. I think the problem with ETH right now, it's one of the biggest things is the gas fees. But I think the only reason why Solana is going to be a big player in this space is because Solana is heavily invested by a lot of venture capital. So there's a lot of big players in Solana, dude. A lot of power in Solana. So it's like Solana is a chosen token. And for that reason, that's the reason why Solana is going to be super, super big. I think Ethereum's always going to be the top dog over there too. But I think the biggest problem that Ethereum has is really the gas fees. It's like we're taking 20 steps forward and then taking 20 steps back, right? The whole entire point of supposedly blockchain was to go ahead and not depend on a third-party solution to go ahead and interact with a lot of these transactions. Yet we're paying more fees than ever, and we're actually paying more fees than we would be paying with banks. You know what I mean? We're getting charged more fees in this space through whether it's through a transaction or whether it's through swapping, whether it's through sending and receiving, whether it's through buying, the same thing. We're getting paid. We're literally getting charged an arm and a leg to go ahead and transact on this supposedly space that's supposed to go ahead and help revolutionize the space of fractionless freaking spending or sending. It's kind of dumb if you think about it, because a lot of these platforms are really, really expensive to go ahead and transact with instead of just zallying money to another person, right? Obviously there's certain banks sometimes that depending on the country where they could go ahead and block you, but so is crypto is getting to that point too, right? With a lot of these exchanges, they could block you if they want. With MetaMask could go ahead and block your account now. They have the power in the back end to go ahead and block your account if for any reason that they want. They want to go ahead and stop your funds, they can do it. Same thing with USDT or USDC, right? They have the power to go ahead and block your money. So it's like we're taking 20 steps forward and then we're taking 40 steps back. So what are we really in here for? We're really here to just make money. We're just here to go ahead and take advantage of this whole entire new hype talk about everything being revolutionary, which if you really sit down and think about it, it's really not. But that's the lies that were being sold, right? That this is revolutionary technology that's going to go ahead and solve a lot of our problems. I do believe blockchain is going to solve a lot of problems, but I also feel like we're getting freaking hit with the back end right now with the prices of everything when it comes to using a lot of these platforms. So with that being said, I think our goal should just be focusing on what's hot, what's trending, what's going to make us money, and then just move on. So for me personally, I just wouldn't suggest holding on to a lot of these crazy low cap tokens that we don't know where they're going to be at in a couple of years. It's make your money, it pumps, make your money, put it to the side, I don't know, buy it, spend it, and then come back into the market. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at AnyPad right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at AnyPad. I think we saw this one yesterday. This was a pretty good alpha too, out for over 2 years ago. High risk. RSA Ree says I buyed $7,000 of Gari. Thanks for your technical analysis. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Congrats to you, man. Congrats to you. And if you have extra more money, man, which I'm assuming you do, if you threw in $7,000 of Gari, I would say try to diversify on a lot of these Solana tokens too, right? Obviously not financial advice, but I think if you have $7,000 to throw in Gari, you have another additional $5,000 to spread your money around on a lot of these Solana tokens and to go ahead and get a better edge, right? I think with the fact that Gari is a Solana token, you're going to be winning anyways, right? It's just a matter of when that token begins to take off. So let's go ahead and take a look at AnyPad. This seems to be some sort of launch pad, I believe. Yep, some sort of launch pad. And it looks like right now they haven't really done much. I hope they could go ahead and start releasing this and they're actually active. But you start seeing a lot of these venture capitals, right? Your Bitcoin.com is a pretty big venture capital. Really big company. They've been out for years. Actually, the owner of that website previously was. Is it the creator or the founder of Bitcoin Cash? I forgot his name, or he's probably an endorser. I forgot his name, but if you know about Bitcoin Cash, you know what I'm talking about. But these are some pretty big venture capitals, really big. I wonder if any of these are still around, to be honest. But this token is a token that is, I believe it's a metaverse launchpad. This is down at 30,000 market cap with $12,000 of liquidity and about 3.79 thousand holders. We are seeing some sort of buying coming in, a little bit more buying pressure. Only about $9,000 of volume though, so super risky. Like if you're feeling super degenerate, this is a token that could be worth throwing like maybe $100 into and actually seeing your investment go into a couple of $1,000s, right? So let's go ahead and see if they're listed on any exchanges actually. But my question was last time, I was like, this token's still alive. See, the thing is with a lot of these tokens, yeah, they're not even listed on any exchanges. The thing is with a lot of these tokens, you actually see it's actually pumped over 13% in a day. Let's see, over a month, 31%, over a year, 61%, and in overall, 96% down. This could be a freaking hidden gem, you know what I mean? Like this is a token that you could be risking $20 and have a pretty good amount of tokens. Like let's see how much it would be if you were to buy with $100. If you were to buy with $100, that's about 112,000 tokens. And it looks like this token hit at its all-time high, 0.02. So it did about like a 10x. That's about a 10x, I believe, 10 or 20x. But if we do have this narrative with a lot of this metaverse, we could go ahead and see this go anywhere between, a 30x and above. That's if we see that happen, right? So this could be a token that could be worth throwing a little bit of money into, not financial advice. Let's see this. Oh, I want to see their Twitter. I want to see how active they are. Hey, Richard, how's it going, man? Ryan, good evening, bro. Hope you're having a good one today. Dabmaster says if MetaMask token gets airdropped, it will be big. Is MetaMask having any tokens? If MetaMask was to have tokens, dude, I would definitely buy MetaMask tokens. And that's just due to the fact that, as I mentioned, everything DeFi is going to freaking pump. So it looks like they did actually, tweet these last couple of days. This is a retweet. And this is their last message. They're working on some freaking token they were going to go ahead and release, but it never actually went live. And they actually had a burn. So it looks like they had a burn. 232 million AnyPad tokens are up to smoke. Get ready for sizzling show as we crank up the spectacular token burn. So they actually burned tokens. So I forgot to mention their supply is at $34 million. So realistically, this thing could hit $1. Like no joke, this could realistically hit $1. So imagine investing, $100, which I haven't done yet, but I'll definitely go ahead and consider adding this to my portfolio. You throw in $100 into this, and this thing hits $1. $100, this thing hits $1. You're gonna be making a whole bunch of money. I think that'd be over $112,000. So almost, I think, a six-figure bag off of $100 if I'm doing my math correctly. And that's pretty massive. That's a super low risk, high reward, right? And that's before anybody finds out about these kind of tokens. So shout out to you on that, Dab, for that alpha. Richard, how's it going, Richard? Can you look for YGG yield games? Yeah, 100%. Saeed, John, have you ever been asked to verify your proof of income through Uniswap via MoonPay? I never have, bro. I've never have. That's interesting. Have you ever been asked to verify your proof of income through Uniswap via MoonPay? That's interesting. No, I haven't. But I know a lot of these platforms are now asking for KYC, so it doesn't really surprise me. And that's what I'm kind of saying. Like we're getting to this point where a lot of these platforms are requiring KYC, right? And I guess it makes sense. But I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people got into DeFi, at least in my opinion. A lot of people got into DeFi for the non-KYC procedures, right? See what this game is. Guild advancement program, build your game's reputation. All in the games and all the people. I believe we did some research on this last time. I think this is a platform for competitions, right? I mean, they have a lot of big companies. You know, Anamako Brands, huge one. What other big company? Polygon. I haven't seen these freaking venture capitals in a while. A lot of them are probably not even alive anymore, to be honest. But I think this has to do something with gaming, right? Something with gaming and leaderboards, if I'm not mistaken. Discover new games to play with your friends. What is this? This is a pretty cool game. Is this like kind of like a marketplace for all these games? Dude, I know Big Time has been super hyped up. I mean, this looks like a really fun game. It's actually free? No way. Saeed said they asked me to do it and I did, but that's so stupid. Yeah, 100%, man. It's kind of dumb how they've been asking with the KYC. As I mentioned, like if you go ahead and accept the new terms and conditions with MetaMask, you also do see that they collect a lot of your information too, and they're able to prevent a lot of these purchases. I mean, the reason why they're doing this is because they want to go ahead and supposedly they want to go ahead and prevent people from money laundering, but which I understand. That's the reason why they're doing the KYC procedures. But really, in my opinion, I think the reason why they're doing it is just to go ahead and tax people, right? Because they know maybe a lot of people are not, paying their taxes, and that's what they're trying to go after. They're trying to go ahead and make sure that everybody freaking pays their taxes and pays their cut, and it's kind of dumb in my opinion, it kind of defeats the purpose. But who am I to say? I'm not here to go ahead and endorse any kind of behavior. Everybody should go ahead and pay their taxes and do what they're told, but I feel like we're taking steps back, man. That's what really disappoints me, because I really loved the blockchain technology and the fact that it was decentralized, right? That's what got me excited about it. And then once I started seeing like all the big players, this is the reason why an ETF, to me, I'm not really bullish, bro. Because think about it. You're already seeing that Uniswap with MoonPay is asking for verification of freaking proof of income, and they're asking for your address, which, I mean, you have no other option. We have to comply with it. It is what it is. But like, do you really feel comfortable providing this information to these companies that we don't even know about? Like, the problem with a lot of these companies when we're providing our personal information is that a lot of our personal information is being sold. And then now we're being marketed to, right? That's why we start getting a lot of these freaking phone calls or scam emails, because a lot of these people, these companies collect our data for free and then they sell it. And then when companies have data breaches, which is really, really common, a lot of these big companies always get hacked, and they usually don't know when they're hacked until like literally 6 to 8 months down the line. Now they have our personal information, right? So it kind of bothers me in that way. That's what really bothers me the most is the fact that, you know, I think the real utility is our information. This looks really cool. I should probably start playing big time, man. Who has access? Gold, silver, pass redeem, space holders before 10/13, achieve in any patch. Dude, I think I might start playing this game. This looks actually pretty cool. This looks like a game that I would actually go ahead and play. Starting at 10,000. This is no way this is actually $10,000, bro. You're telling me that this is worth $19,000. There's no way. This has to be on some other freaking token supply, right? Oh my gosh. $19,000. This is freaking insane. $38,000? What the heck, dude? Saeed says that's stupid. Uniswap has nothing to do with that. I agree with you, man. It's just that MoonPay platform, they are partnering with asking for it. So they stopped my buying transaction. So what I did was purchase ETH on Coinbase, transferred it to my Uniswap, and made my swap. Yeah, they probably realized that you were making a lot of purchases, bro. They probably saw that you surpassed over $10,000, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep his information to send it over to the IRS or something. So what I did was purchase on ETH, transfer it. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, definitely makes sense. Why? As I mentioned, they're doing this for money laundering purposes. That's what usually KYC is for what is it called? ATM laws. But dude, I'm telling you, the currency that's the most laundered freaking currency is the US dollar. The US freaking dollar is the most laundered currency, and the currency used for more freaking illegal activities than anything, bro. Any freaking other currency is a freaking US dollar. You can't make any of this up. Yet the Federal Reserve wants to go ahead and come up with all this BS freaking information. But I mean, it is what it is. 530, dude. I think I'm gonna start freaking loading up on a lot of this stuff. I feel like I feel like I'm late to the party now. Like, I wish I would have freaking been looking at this like freaking months ago, on big time and stuff. But look at the prices of this, bro. $38,000, $20,000 for a freaking sword, $1,000. Like, this is freaking insane. Yeah, I want to play this game for sure. This actually looks pretty cool. This is where I think a lot of the plays at too. Like, if you could just go ahead and start loading up, like diversifying from the tokens, and then start buying like freaking like figures like this guy, like 537 for this figure, or like the cape for $200 or stuff like that. And then as the metaverse or this game becomes bigger, dude, remember that whole entire hype with Decentraland, how land was going for like $500,000. That's what we got to look for. We got to look for the next project that's going to provide that kind of premium currency. What is this? You could also do rentals, dude. A silver lining price. What is this freaking rentals for? The rental will grant you full in-game access to these items. The rental period is 30 days long, after which the rental will be automatically renewed. You would be able to cancel the renewal before the end of the period. Are these like weapons? This is actually pretty cool, man. They have a lot of games too. Man, this is actually, yeah, I'm down to play this game. I mean, if anybody's down to play this, like, this looks like this is the move. I'm actually quite impressed. You know, I'm actually quite impressed. So Big Time is a free-to-play game. They have boss fighters. This actually looks pretty cool too. I'm assuming it was all made on, what's that platform? I forgot what it's called. These games actually look fun. Like, I definitely see myself playing Big Time. Definitely want to check out some gameplay on this. It's pretty cool. $19,000, freaking insane, dude. Talking about all of this. I think one of the alphas that I'm going to go ahead and give a lot of you, which I'm actually looking at right now, is called, what is the freaking token called, man? Magicraft. There you go. Magicraft. I think this is another freaking alpha, low key. I was actually looking at this. I don't know if it has pumped or if it has done anything these last couple days. Let's go ahead and check, actually. Let's go ahead and check if it's done anything. But I think this one's low-key a freaking alpha token. Like, low-key, low-key. I think this might be an alpha token. Let's see where it's at. It actually hasn't moved at all. That's actually quite interesting. Did they change their smart contract or something? I mean, they're listed on all these exchanges, but they're not really moving. But I think low-key this might be the next play too, Magicraft. I remember Billy got into this. I told him about when it was an IDO. This thing, dude, he made a boatload of money on this play. But let's see. This one right here, Magicraft. Lisa, how's it going, Lisa? Hope you're having a good one today. Glad to go ahead and see you here today. Dabmaster says Beam. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and check out Beam right now. But Magicraft, low-key, I feel like this is the play too. I know this is heavily pushed by a lot of big influencers. We have Carl from the Moon. We have James Crypto Guru, which was the CEO once. I guess he's not anymore. I guess he might have stepped down as an advisor and seed investor. We have Chris Crypto. So we have a lot of crypto. We have a lot of these YouTube influencers in here. Da Vinci that are part of the team. And they actually have the team that was working on this project actually worked on, apparently from what they say, you know, a lot of the designers were from WoW, World of Warcraft, right? I think it's called WoW, World of Warcraft. So that's where kind of, I guess, the inspiration of, you know, the way the token goes and everything. I think one of the cool things too that I was looking at was, where is it at? You can actually see the information about the token. You know, how many active players supposedly are in the game and all that. So it's actually down 6.85%. But I think, like, if this is the move, if you know, metaverse is really a big thing, and then people start looking for these new platforms to jump into, these are going to be the tokens. Let's see if I could become an ambassador. That'd be pretty cool. The sky's the limit here. 6 reasons: special access, build your network, be acknowledged, be first, earn your enthusiasm of crypto gaming, ready to join, fill them. It's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna ask if I could go ahead and jump into this. That'd be pretty cool. But dude, I want to go ahead and show you the information about Magicraft. And a lot of these freaking characters are really like cheap right now to buy. They're really not expensive whatsoever. Like, let's see if any of them are for sale. But it looks like none of them are for sale right now. There were a few that were for sale, and the thing is, the land is gonna be where the money is gonna be at too. Right? Look, they're going for like $45. Recently listed $45, an epic right there. We have this one for another $41, right? So like, loading up be the play. I'm not saying this is going to be the play. I don't know. I'm just assuming, based on if we're seeing a lot of hype with big time, you could go ahead and kind of assume that there could be some sort of metaverse period. And if this metaverse period continues, we could go ahead and start seeing a lot of these tokens, such as Magicraft, pump as well. And the cool thing about this too is that a lot of these right now with Magicraft, you could go ahead and get really good prices without having to spend too much money at the moment. I'm not invested into this token yet, by the way. This is just what I've been looking at. I've been thinking of actually joining. I want to go ahead and show you the game stats. Game stats right here. So we have the game stats right here, which I don't know how, you know, verifiable this is, but let's just go ahead and safely assume that this information is actually verifiable. I wish Big Time had something like this, but look at this right here. It tells you the total lobbies that have been played, total of users, MCRT has been pledged, finished lobbies, failed lobbies. It tells you all the information of what's going on, right? Finished lobbies with passwords. Like, it gives you all this information that actually helps out with you know, what you could expect if people were actually, you know, playing the game, right? And right now we have seen a decline. There hasn't actually been that many, you know, increases. There was a lot of increases back in July for whatever reason. Over 200 to 300 lobbies were created, so there's a lot of activity towards July, which kind of makes sense. It's usually around where, like, you know, meme coin season kind of begins, and we do see this surplus of a lot of activity during that time. So I don't know, could be worth the play. Could be worth the play on this one. I mean, the tokens are pretty much almost cheap. You know, $100 worth would buy you 724,000 tokens. Can it ever go ahead and go back to all-time high where it was at, you know, where it deleted, you know, what is that, one other zero, so like a 1020x? I mean, if the narrative stays up with the whole entire metaverse, I mean, realistically, this thing could go up higher. Could go up a lot higher. And the supply is not that bad either. It's at a 3 billion supply. We're going to check out Beam right now. Lisa says, having a good one, John. Hope you are too. I'm having a good one, Lisa. I'm glad to go ahead and see you here today. So I'm excited to have you here today. Go ahead and feel free to comment down below on any tokens you want us to go ahead and review. Tillery, if you could go ahead and show me the smart contract for ENU. He says it hit over 700,000 market cap today, new all-time high. That's freaking insane. If you could go ahead and share that smart contract down below, that'd be freaking great, bro. Let's go ahead and take a look at Beam. But this is one of the alphas, I guess you want to call, that I'm looking at. Who knows if this is the play? Maybe the token's completely dead. I really doubt it. It looks like some sort of cup and handle is forming right there. But overall, I don't know. I don't know. This is all speculation, right? This is all speculation. But, you know, throwing in $100 into this and then seeing what could happen, I think it's kind of low-key worth the investment. I mean, this is a 5,000% return, which is about a 50x, right? 50x? I think that's a 50x. I think it's a 50x. 5,000 is a 50x. Lisa says, I sold TERT for ding. Then, of course, TERT went 5x. LOL. Oh my gosh. There's no freaking way, Lisa. I totally feel your pain on that one. To make you feel better, I was all in on Pepe 2 and I got liquidated. So I lost all my money. It's always like that, right? Every time you sell, that happened to me with Shiba too. Last previous bull run, I literally sold and then Shiba freaking pumped. Is TERT this one right here? That's insane. What's so bullish about this project? 8 million market cap. Like, I gotta jump into these tokens that are freaking insane. Market caps. Build, donate, impact Bitcoin, and ordinals. Does it have to do something with Bitcoin? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and look at the token that Tillery posted. Oh, my freaking neck, dude. Thing snapped. Hey, Lisa, is this the platform? What the heck is TERT? TERT is BRC20. Really? So it's a Bitcoin token then. That's freaking insane. Can you post a smart contract for Moby, Lisa? Are you into BRC tokens a lot more? Because I know BRC was a platform that I wanted to go ahead and get into, or ecosystem, if you want to call it. And then I just never jumped into it, dude. When I was figuring out how difficult it was to go ahead and buy a domain name on the BRC network, I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it some other time. I think it's a launch pad for tokens. Interesting. We're going to do some research on TRT or TURT. Sounds really interesting. So this is ENU token. Up over 700,000 market cap, 77,000 of liquidity, 628 holders. I think we looked at this yesterday, right? It's freaking insane. Man, there's definitely a lot of people making money. I could say that. Make ENUs great again. 21 witness all the ENUs. The time of the token, the ultimate meme coin, liquidity burn. So it looks like it's another dog coin, another dog token. Looks like people still have hope for the dogs. It's like the frogs were just a temporary thing. They're like, yeah, frogs are not the move. It's the dogs, and we're kind of seeing it with Bonk, right? It's like Bonk was what was so unique about Bonk? I don't know, but it looks like people love the dogs better than the frogs. It kind of makes sense. I'm assuming most people are dog lovers, right? So I mean, Enu's up 65% for the day. So I think we talked about Enu yesterday. So if any of you jumped in, you must be in freaking profits today. Turkstat is BRC20. Mobi was similar. It went very high. Lisa says, yes, it's a platform. I think it's a launchpad for BRC20 tokens. I'm not really into it, but I realized there is a BRC20 hype going on, which includes Ordi as well. Really? The question is, Lisa, do BRC, I'm assuming this is kind of a dumb question, but do BRC20 tokens pump with Bitcoin when it pumps? Or is it its own separate market? I would like to go ahead and know that. Soto, how's it going, my guy? Hey John, what do you think about BRC20? Well, BRC20, honestly, I was checking out, what is it called, Unistats a while back, and I was supposed to go ahead and buy some domains. Yeah, see, I don't even remember the freaking website. I don't know, man. That's what I want to know. I want to know if this is like the move. Like, is BRC20 the move? That's what I would like to go ahead and know. That's the question I'm asking myself right now too. Stake, stir, earn eggs. What is this eggs? Do you get whitelist tokens? You get tokens of whitelist? Drive the function of ordinals together. Participate donations to support projects in ordinals ecosystem. 5 projects. Total participations. Total donated. Rate. Rabbit game. Dova. Community launch. Okay, this is interesting. Like, I want to know how these projects did. Let's see, details. So this actually ended not that long ago. On the 8th of December. It was for the alpha whitelist. The beta whitelist was around almost the same time. Tells you how much stats, funding demanded, 1.15 BTC, which is around what, $60,000 to $80,000. He actually did 100% of it. Rabbit's a Bitcoin-based gaming platform. It's revolutionary, striving to deliver users a secure, scalable, and exceptional online gaming experience. This is interesting. I want to know what their freaking smart contract is. Let's go ahead and check it out. rabbitgames.org. Rabbit's a Bitcoin-based gaming platform, ecosystem gaming platform striving to deliver users scalable. What is Rabbit Games? Dedicated to construction blockchain-based ecosystem with Rate as a utility token is involved in platforms network governs. The token empowers users with the right to construct and own, facilitating sell in-game models and items of mechanisms. Distribution models, mining. Where's the smart contract? Ecological partner. What the heck is an ecological partner? Gala, Axie, Unisat. That's what I meant. Unisat. Port 3. So these are all websites with BRC20, right? So Unisat. Is it Unisat or Unistat? Where was that freaking web page at, man? Okay, Unisat. Yeah, Unisat. It's called inscribing, right? That's when you go ahead and create your own freaking wallet or domain name. I'm trying to think right now. I have to go ahead and literally retouch up on all this information. I can't remember too well, but now I remembered based on that website we were just looking at. See, this platform right here is really interesting, right? I don't know what ecological means, but they're saying they're an ecological partner, and they have listed Gala and Axie, right? Airdropped. I'm trying to look for the smart contract on Rabbit Games. So they don't have games yet. What's so hard to just, you know, have a smart contract somewhere on here? I don't get it. It's quite interesting how you see a lot of these comments. This is UI is slick, but it seems like you guys are not EFV compatible because you can't connect to Trust Wallet. I'm trying to look for the freaking smart contract on this thing. It's a big ass unlock the world. Is this it right here? Let's see. No, that's the liquidity. Well, I guess we could go ahead and click on the liquidity and then look for the token directly to see. Okay, we found the token, so we did that. Freaking impossible to look for a freaking token, man. It's freaking insane. Doesn't have to be that difficult. They could have just put the freaking... Okay, this thing just dumped. Okay, yeah, that's all I wanted to see. I just wanted to see how the token did. Moonjoker loaded up more on Grok and Grok 2.0. We're going to go ahead and check out Grok right now. Tillery Solana got potential. Yeah, I think Solana is definitely the move. I mean, I would definitely like to go ahead and learn more about BRC20. I think BRC20 could also be a thing. I mean, look at this TERT. How do you buy it? Do you just buy it on Uniswap? How do you buy these tokens? Yeah, but that's really cool. I mean, you're gonna get back, Lisa. I know you'll be able to go ahead and come back and make another 5 at 20x. So definitely hold up to that. Grok, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Grok, and then we're gonna go ahead and end the stream in a couple minutes right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at Grok 2.0 first. $422,000 of freaking market cap. This thing has still dumped. Could be buying dip opportunity. I don't know. My question is Grok even still a hot thing now? Are people still hyped up about Grok? Let's go ahead and take a look at Grok original. Take a look at the 4-hourly chart. We were talking about how we were in this in the 618 support. Looks like we slightly fell below the 618. Or slightly fell down below the support, which is not a good thing. It does look like we could be approaching the oversold territory on the RSI, down about 26% on the RSI, or sorry, on Grok. We have actually lost major area of support. So this could be a buying a dip opportunity for a lot of these tokens, as I mentioned, right? I mean, the dump, honestly, that we're seeing with Grok doesn't surprise me too much. So we're going to go ahead and see how it holds up right now. But this is actually quite bearish in my opinion. It's quite bearish in my opinion. I think we could go ahead and be approaching down to the 7 one more time. Bitcoin Genie. We're going to go ahead and check that one out. Tillery says this stream's just heating up, tip jar. Sir. Yeah, we're right now we finally got monetized, so I appreciate all of you for making that thing happen. So smash that like button for me. But yeah, right now we're currently just finishing up the application process with YouTube, and then as soon as we go ahead and get approved for being monetized, which I'm sure we will, because we already hit every checklist, we're gonna go ahead and have a tip jar. But you can go ahead and help me right now completely up for free just by smashing that subscribe button, smashing the like button, and most importantly, shilling down below another project you want me to go ahead and talk about, right? If you go ahead and if you're watching this pre-recorded after the live stream, I would suggest all of you try to reach me on live. But if you can't, watch this and smash that like button, comment down below. It does help support the channel, and most importantly, go ahead and make sure to support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. Completely free, doesn't cost you anything, no KYC, and literally takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. So I'm going to ask you for any crazy information. You know, that's what I love about freaking MEXC, right? You can literally create multiple accounts, and that's one of the best ways to support me. If you want to support me right now, completely for free, doesn't cost you anything, and it does help the channel out a lot, by the way. So that's one of the best ways all of you could go ahead and help me out right now. But yeah, Grok's looking actually quite bearish in my opinion, but I think this is honestly the whole overall crypto market, and we could be expecting this market to continue to dump, my opinion. But yeah, it's not looking, in my opinion, it's not looking too good. But it looks like the altcoins are not doing too bad. Dab Master says, I made it a few years back. You made Bitcoin Genie a few years back? Let's go ahead and check this token right here. Yeah, I freaking put freaking all my, I put about $400. It doesn't have a chart. You just never launched the token, bro? But I was saying something so important and I completely forgot. I lost my train of thought. Also, you could actually connect to Ethereum too. Okay. How do you buy this though? Do you just buy it on Uniswap? Build on donation protocol. What the frick does ecological partners mean? Like, I really want to know what that term means. OG, how's it going, my guy? Long time no see. Lisa says BRC tokens behave like any other token in correction to Bitcoin behavior, except that there's hype on them now. Why is there so much hype on them? OG, hey John, how's it going, bro? Hope you're having a good one. Lisa says, I hope so. I'm potentially scouting for the next 2 to 5x. Lisa, I think there's a lot of good at 2 to 5x's. I think a lot of these anything related into this gaming side of things is going to be the move. A lot of these tokens that are going to be like, you know, loading up on a lot of these tokens. Magic, we talked about Magic a while back. A lot of these, I think what is it? You said a 5x? 2 to 5x is really possible. A lot of these tokens are going to do an easy 2 to 5x, right? Anything right here on CoinMarketCap, you just go to the gaming side. All of these tokens are going to easily do a 2 to 5x. Another token that I would recommend, not financial advice, is GameFi, right? This is actually quite pricey right now at $13, but at its all-time high, look how high this thing was at, $300. Will it ever hit $300? I don't freaking know. But what I could go ahead and tell you, this is a launch pad, so this is where we actually have to go ahead and keep our eyes locked in too, moving forward. When they start, you know, pushing all these projects, and they're actually backed by unlawful brands, which is one of the freaking biggest platforms as well. This one does have a whitelist as well. It's actually coming up, so I would definitely like to go ahead and see what goes on with a lot of these projects right here. And I think GameFi is going to be the platform if we want to go ahead and take advantage of these platforms, or, you know, gaming freaking projects or studios. I mean, you're seeing a lot of this independent free-to-play online NFT trading game that showcases a delightful collection of memes. So these are all freaking bullish tokens, right? So how do you actually even do this? How to join? You get on KuCoin, Gate.io, or PancakeSwap to participate in IDOs, access to stake, refer to staking ranks, apply to whitelist, verify information to KYC, which is freaking dumb. I don't get it. Why you have to freaking KYC yourself? Okay, so it tells you right here. So I guess this is how you are able to actually qualify for the freaking staking. Minimum 10, lottery winner selection, max individual location $60, withdrawable delay. This is freaking insane. So So the more you actually stake, the more you're able to allocate to the platform. It's a pretty interesting system, I tell you. So if you want to stake 10, freaking GameFi tokens, you can only allocate max $60, withdrawal delay 5 days. Elite $300, Pro $700, and then Pro Max I guess is unlimited, what you could go ahead and do. Auction NFT required, guarantee 20%. It's freaking insane. Yeah, so I got to do more research on that, but I do think there's going to be a lot of tokens that are going to do easily 2 to 5x. OG says, I lost a freak load of Pepe 2.0. You can't make this up. 100%, bro. I got freaking liquidated on Pepe 2, so I totally feel your pain on that. Thanks for the reminder. Thanks for reminding me of the pain of losing up on Pepe 2, dude. That Master said, I gave it out to people towards you for holding, rewards you and BTC on. I gave it out to people and rewards you for holding, rewards you BTC on BSC 10% tax. So what happened to the token? Tillery says, whoa, woof on AVAX token. Yeah, I gotta check that one out, bro. I was looking that one out when you sent that information to me, and I was like, dude, AVAX is the next play, is what Tillery says. Dab Master says, never added liquidity, LOL, just fun to do. And we gotta do a community token. Wouldn't that be pretty cool, chat? Elisa says, I think Hype BRC20 network is fast and cheap because it's not saturated much yet. I agree with you. EU's is first, bro. I got in at 250,000 and more than 400k. That's freaking insane. Pepe 2 was crazy. That liquidation grab. Yeah, dude, that's kind of the problem with a lot of these freaking tokens, is they're solely all liquidity grabs. It's solely just liquidity grabs. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining. I was a little bit hurt, in the beginning, like last couple of weeks, I was like tripping out. But the thing is that whenever you're entering a lot of these tokens, you have to be mentally prepared, right? Like I was already mentally prepared with Pepe 2, that I took the L already before it happened, right? I was like, if worst comes to worst, if I lose the money, I lose the money. Like I already at least know there's a high probability I might lose some money. And as soon as I lost it, I was like, whatever, it is what it is. I guess I just have to change up my strategy. Land Wolf, freaking 562,000 freaking market cap. I mean, the liquidity is kind of sketchy, though. I'm not gonna lie. So, I would like to go ahead and know if this is actually a legit token. Just looks really, really sketchy. Vernon, I think it was Vernon, who told us about a project too that had something similar. Crazy freaking market cap, low liquidity, and it was a scam token. So just be very, very careful with tokens like this with high market cap, low liquidities. Yeah, but Pepe 2 was freaking crazy overall. But anyways, chat, had a really good time with all of you today. I will be live streaming twice, so I will be live streaming later on. If you want to go ahead and follow me on Twitter, go ahead and make sure to follow my account. Message me at Altcoin John. I will go ahead and get back to all my DMs. And make sure to go ahead and smash that like button, completely free. So I'm definitely looking forward for more alpha from every one of you moving forward. We could be expecting some sort of meme coin season, altcoin season coming up. I don't know when. Right now, overall, would just like to go ahead and see what's going to happen this Wednesday with the FOMC meeting. As I mentioned, more than likely the FOMC meeting is going to just panic some people, but I think overall the markets are still good, right? Nothing to go ahead and panic long term. No, this is not the beginning of the crash. This is Bitcoin's not going to go to $10,000. Like none of that's going to happen. Yes, we're going to go ahead and see a dump, and ideally I would like to see Bitcoin come back down to $38,000. I think that'd be freaking great. And then our next price target will be seeing Bitcoin approach $50,000 and above. And a lot of people are going to be excited once again, right? So just go ahead and take advantage of a lot of these tokens right now with the buy and the dip opportunity, in my opinion. Tillery says, Wolf, the guy behind it, is also with EU too, bro. Connect the dots. Interesting. It's Mark Sun Slim. Elon Mars on MEXC. Yeah, Elon Mars is on MEXC. If you want to go ahead and trade Elon Mars on MEXC, go ahead and make sure to use my link down below, bro. That'd be really, really helpful. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel really sketched about this liquidity. This liquidity is just super sketchy. $58,000 of liquidity with the total market cap. Like, there had to be some people that made some crazy, crazy money, but that liquidity is freaking low. $852,000 of volume. I don't know how to buy AVAX. That's my. How do you buy AVAX? Like, how do you freaking what swap do you use for AVAX? But anyways, yeah, just be very careful with any of the tokens that we talked about today. High risk, high reward, high chance you will lose a lot of freaking money. High chance or medium chance you'll make a lot of freaking money too. One of my plays that so far has gotten me wrecked has also been Grok 2.0, so that hasn't been playing out too well for me. But as I mentioned, as soon as I jumped into this project, I already wrote the L off in my head, and if this thing dies, I'm okay with it. It is what it is. That's why I only put in $400 into this, right? Only invest in where you're willing to lose. Most importantly, I think we should be focusing on stacking up money on the side too as well. I do believe that, we should be expecting higher inflation overall. We should go ahead and expect the economy to be worse globally overall. So do expect worse news financially overall in the whole entire space, but also expect the markets to pump, right? So we're going to have a lot of easy money, in my opinion, coming into the market in the beginning of 2024. So this is going to be our time to make a lot of freaking money. So make sure to have some money on the side, buy some dips in a lot of these projects, and only invest where you're willing to lose on, a lot of these meme tokens. And that should be our focus, moving forward towards the beginning of the new year. I do believe that the Fed's going to step in and start bringing in more easy money into the market to go ahead and continue to pump the freaking market. So I'm really, really excited overall with what we could be expecting. Elon Musk is on MEXC. If it goes to 10K, I'll be the biggest spike ever seen on freaking Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes to $10,000, that'd be freaking insane. I'm sure a lot of people have massive buying orders around that area. ENU's going to 800K right now, bro. Let's see, ENU. ENU's been pumping like crazy, dude. I got to get into these projects, bro. I for sure this next month, once I start diversifying my portfolio, I'm gonna go ahead and do a portfolio where I'll showcase you like what I'm actually buying on CoinMarketCap, and I'll actually go ahead and attach my portfolio and I'll show you. And we're gonna go ahead and be doing like the buying the dip kind of thing, and I'll show you like what tokens I'm loading up on, like how much I have and all that. John, we'll see Bitcoin at $37,000. I hope so. How's it going, Moon Joker? Long time no see, bro. Well, actually, I did see you earlier, but I didn't know you were in chat. 17 freaking viewers, man. Smash that like button for me. Everybody seems to hop on the live stream every time I'm about to end a live stream. You guys are crazy. Go ahead and smash that like button for me, but I'm going to go ahead and live stream later on today, so make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Twitter at AltcoinJohn. A lot of big changes coming up this new year, so I'm really, really excited with what's going to go on with the channel. Expect more content, and also expect more collaborations with other influencers. So really, really excited for all of that.